Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Elathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Divine Planet Protectors, the most holy of planet protectors in the entire galaxy. You could, in fact, call them divine. In today's episode, our main focus needs to be on research at the moment. Our research is really behind all the other empires, mostly because, well, we are lithoids, and our empire is growing very slowly because of the slow population growth, but also we are focusing almost completely on Unity at the moment, which is great. We are doing really well with our traditions, but yeah, we need some tech, because our corvettes are really weak at the moment. The enemy already have destroyers, and their corvettes themselves are much stronger than ours. Now, thankfully, we are also focusing on quite a bit of alloy production, so we do have the numbers to defend ourselves, but that's just about it. Now, in the last video, the main question I posed to everyone was, should we, or shouldn't we, colonize the relic world, the world which has been long since desecrated? Look at the poor dead thing. Now, I have to say, I have never seen such a one-sided comment section. It seems like almost everyone agrees the relic world should be colonized, but sadly, it is long since dead. So, I want two things. First of all, how are we going to respectfully colonize this? Are we considering it a dead divine? A divine which has been completely destroyed by those who came before it? Or perhaps we see it as a god of war? After all, there are no heretics living on there anymore, and yet the world still stands. Sadly devoid of all other life though. You can't even build agricultural districts. It's all but dead. I'm sure there is some life there, but it has been ruined by the predecessors. So I'd also like to know, how should we name this thing? But for now, we colonize it, and our main goal is to remove all of these vile planetary features. But at least from that, we will be getting a lot of research using the enemy's weapon against them, which is pretty good for us. Essentially, it's our weapon factory. Well, weapons research labs. But until that is up and running, we are trying to get as many relics as possible. I would love to get some of the Precursors insights as soon as we can. I would also love to grab this world, so our construction vessel is over. I am trying to replenish our forces because they were very badly damaged. And we also need to grab all of these over here. Okay, you're going over there to repair the automated shipyard. That will give us at least one more vessel.
Survey complete.
We should be okay. At the moment, we are behind in everything. Our fleet power, economic power, and even our tech is just doing terribly. Actually, no, our tech isn't as bad. Huh. Well, I suppose we are getting quite a lot of society research because of all the temples, so we are rushing one type of tech, since the temples do give us a little bit of society, so we're very focused on one.
Construction complete.
Okay, not much left to say other than just waiting for our populations to slowly grow from the Earth. And then we can continue. Hopefully soon we'll get destroyers or something. Okay, new bastion is starting to be created. Ooh, is this the last one? I think that is the last of these, which is a pretty bad thing, because once we finish this, we release a dragon, which will destroy us, so be free! Go and research elsewhere.
Construction complete.
Wow, the enemy are really trapped. Oh, wow, they really are. So, that looks like it might be the end. Researcher, whilst everything's open, try and go over here. If they can't get through here, they definitely can't get through here because these are marauders. This empire could be completely trapped here. Ruthless capitalists. Yeah, they might be. Well, good for us. Can't expand anymore. But we do really need to start upping our tech and upping our forces. I really want to save up for these, but the extra unity is glorious. Okay, let's at least do this one. Since, at the moment, honestly, we're kind of struggling with the factions. This one here has 16% support and 0% approval, so everyone who is following this really isn't happy. Now, I think the reason for that is a certain drug-addled planet. There we are, minus 30% governing ethics attraction from the atmospheric hallucinogen. Just go to temple and shut up, guys. Now, overwhelming force plus 10% fire rate is a lovely thing. After that, we'll get the great game, which will increase the strength of our bastions. Ooh, lovely. That is really nice, actually. Okay, let's continue. An enlightened monarchy, apparently. The usual greetings, mostly threats. Wow, yeah, they are completely trapped. But honestly, so are we. We are just so slow at the moment in terms of our progress. I mean, it's not particularly late in the game, but since we do have the end game starting so early, as in the end game crisis, it is still somewhat terrible. These only have 3 planets, though, so they will start to slow down soon. And we should start to speed up a bit. Just waiting until we have 10 populations on each, so they're no longer colonies, which are causing all sorts of problems. We are now here at our brand new Divine. Plus 15% minerals from jobs, plus 4 max mining districts. Truly a fertile ground for lithoids. Going past the recently conquered worlds, our holy worlds. I'm thinking that once we grab a capital world, we'll have to make that a holy world instead, perhaps ignoring the tomb world. No, the tomb world, once we terraform it, has to be a holy world. It's the first world we're going to save. Sadly, a relic world is essentially dead. We can't terraform it. It simply doesn't allow you to. So there's a difference there. Damaged, long since past. At least in our eyes. Obviously, we could evolve it into a city world again, but that would also be pretty darn evil in terms of our faith. Destroying the heretics, not evil. Making the world prettier and shinier, pretty darn evil. Minerals, good. Okay, we have more force now. Yeah, we're slowly repairing from the damage we've taken. Got a long way to go, though. Okay, this world is no longer going to be a colony, which is great. It's going to be our first tech world. Going to put down some research labs. It's going to hurt our consumer goods, but well, that's just going to be how it is. I may turn one of these alloy foundries into... Where are you? Civilian industries. Yeah, that might be worth it. So our alloys are going to go down a little bit, but honestly, right now, research is more important. It's great that we're pumping out so many corvettes. It's great that we can make our bastions nice and easily because of all of our income. But the problem is, the bastion could be stronger, so could the corvettes. We need more quality and less quantity at this point. The Divines will it. You really should never trust the automatic colony designation, because right now it's saying this is an agri-world. For food. There's no agricultural districts. There's 2 generators. But nope, this is a food world. Well, right now, turn it into a generator world instead. Give me some extra energy. Then eventually, we'll turn it into a research world or something else. For now, though, I really do want that research. So, that's one more world which is no longer just classed as a colony, full stop. And because of that, migration should lessen very slightly. I am still tempted to turn off migration, but I really want all these colonies just up and running normally. Base growth speed reduced by 50% due to the planet being newly colonized, because it's a colony. And then, lithoid, minus 25%. Small correction there, just to avoid confusion. It's not the fact we are classed as a colony, the fact we get minus 50% growth speed. That's just because we have less than 10 population and we only have the reassembled ship shelter. Once the shelter is upgraded, that minus 50% will go away, but also you can no longer class them as a colony. The colony increases happiness and growth speed to help compensate for the minus 50, but you can only have it whilst you have the basic ship shelter and only a few people, or at least the ship shelter. You can force it into something else early if you wish, but then that slows down the growth speed even more, since you're not compensating. The Great Game. Ooh, the infinity equation, where's that? Which scientist just found that? That would be lovely, because apparently... Aha, over here. Since apparently, centering my camera didn't work then. One more world, now being upgraded, fantastic. In fact, 2 more. Oh, yeah, these 2 worlds, the happy fun worlds. No, it's not. How did these 2 get so close together? Well, either way, both being upgraded now. Don't quite know what I'm going to turn them into, but at least our worlds are upgrading. The Atomic Countdown. Okay, now this one's interesting. Researchers on Stone Mother have eagerly anticipated the countdown of the mysterious atomic clock 42 years ago, after lots of speculation, blah blah, and now we have found out that after it's activated, it released a stream of self-replicating nanites. These nanites left the surface of the asteroid, where they have coalesced into a fascinating unmanned military vessel. We either take it as our own, or we scrap it for materials. Well, I think, after a planet suddenly sends forth a ship, or even in this case an asteroid, a planetary body, we take it. Wait, is an asteroid a planetary body? I don't think it is. No, of course it's not. Well, either way, yoink. It's a 2K cruiser. The Divines have blessed us this day. We are gonna crush you. First of all, turns out we have pirates. Second of all, turns out a larger asteroid could be considered a planetary body. I just googled it because I wasn't sure about that, so I was right the first time, potentially. There we are. Get back to the shipyard, please. Make some more corvettes now to go along with our new nanite cruiser. Energy sphere. Really good range on that. Really good range. Does it count as a... Yep, it definitely counts as a missile. Okay. Minor shield damage, extra armor damage. Wow, loads of extra armor damage. Yep, you are so good this early on. We need to go to war soon whilst we have this, because that's going to be a huge advantage.
Complete.
Even ignoring its fleet power, just that seems so good. No, this is not an agri-world. Stop trying to make everything an agri-world. It's not going to happen. You know what? You're a tech world now. Also, my throat has made a weird noise. So are you. And so are you. This is going to hurt my consumer goods so much, but that's fine. We have good in everything else, so we can just prop that up. We are doing good in everything else. My brain is just turning off. We found a devouring swarm. I'm assuming it's... actually, who is it? No, yep, definitely them. Oh my god! Oh boy! They are overwhelming in every single regard. Oh, that's not a good thing to see. And it kind of looks like a weird donkey. Look, here's the head, ears, leg, fat butt. I've just put down my claims, going all the way towards one of their inhabited worlds. Now, here's something I didn't even consider until just this moment. How are we going to bombard a planet? You know, the Divines. Would that even be allowed? I think selective bombardment is okay, since the whole point of this is we take care to avoid even civilian casualties, so I think we can take care to not destroy the world itself. Or perhaps we don't allow it at all. Once again, I put that up to the people in the comments. What do you think? We could just have ground forces and that's that. I think some damage to the planet is going to happen regardless, even with ground forces, but that would be minimal. Just try to avoid any unnecessary damage, and that's pretty much that, I suppose. We have just under 2 years until we can declare war once more. So, our ships, please enter orbit around the Bastion. As soon as we can go to war, we're going to war. I want that world. And I want it now.
Construction complete.
Our ships are now cheaper to keep around.
Granted us new wisdom.
Lovely, and now we can start building starholds. Ooh, yes, this I really want. Okay, I actually want all 3 of these, but this one desperately, purely because with the exotic gases, we can grab this system here, which has 3 of them. Which is really good this early on. It's worth a fortune. Even the toxic Divines give to us. The Constant Calculator. Declare the sphere a divine instrument. A metal divine. I'm okay with that. And plus 5% happiness to all of our people. Now, sadly, that means we don't get the extra research or the other bonuses we can get from doing that little mission line. But at the same time, I think it fits better, and 5% happiness isn't exactly bad. Okay, we really need some more consumer goods. So this planet over here is probably going to start producing those. You need some more housing, so I want to save up for that. That's fine, we'll get that very soon. In fact, I'm going to start selling some relics. We're at this point where everything's really difficult for us and really awkward, so I'm just going to grab that. Grab some more of you. Do this. And then once that's done, civilian industries there, which should help to balance everything back out. Our research is so much better now.
Complete.
Ooh, really soon we can go back to glorious Holy War. In fact, only a few days. Lovely! War it is.
The crusade of the righteous begins.
The crusade of the righteous begins. Indeed it does. Stick together. Hopefully they'll split up to fight us. And we shall eradicate them. You're all the same speed, right? Okay, then just continue as you are. Lovely. So many energy orbs. These will all be ours. Now, what to do with your people? I have no idea. If we had habitats, we could force you onto those. I think that makes sense in the future once we have habitats. Only allowing our lithoids onto the planetary surfaces, I think is fair. For us, not for them. Oh, they're doing what I did, just sitting there. Oh wow, they have really fortified their bastion there. So, rounding that up to about 3k, they have about 4.4k just sitting there. We have just over that. And the Nanite. If we fight here, we're bound to lose a lot, and I doubt this is all their forces. We don't have any of the special resources, and we can't purchase any at the moment to upgrade our units, just briefly. For now, we declare a saint. Because yay for unity. And I don't know what to do. At the very least, we're getting these systems. Because, at the moment, if they leave the defense of that bastion, they will just be crushed by us. But they're just sitting there. They're definitely doing the smart thing. I say, as they leave! Why would you do this? I mean, I'm not complaining, like, but what's going on? Okay, all of you be static, please. Stay near the station. Hopefully that comes back online in a second, so you can fight with the station as well. Minimize losses. Oh, you're going to be crushed. Still, though. Yeah, you're definitely further ahead than us in terms of tech. That much is not up for debate. Come on, station. There go our little fighters. Aren't they sweet?
Construction complete.
Okay, capitalize on that right now. They have another fleet over there, but that is not enough to defend the station. Destroy the bastion, take it for ourselves. As soon as you can, that would be fantastic. Lovely, taking out this fleet before it has full bastion support. Oh yeah, the Interceptor is so good versus this. It had very low shields but good armor and it's been melted. Let's call it the Interceptor. The Nanite anyway. Ooh, another world. Lovely. Okay, our ground forces are on the way. All of you, just stay put here. Soon enough, this will turn back on, and then you can heal there as well. Oh, it isn't a bastion, it's just a shipyard. That's annoying. So all that strength came from the defense structures. Okay, we're under attack again, but yeah, we'll just crush these. Lovely.
Construction complete.
How strong are the ground forces here? Okay, great. We don't even have to bombard the planet. Our ships are healing. Our ground forces are on their way.
Us new wisdom.
This is going beautifully. You know what? As much as I want my precursor sorted out already, I'm tempted just to sell loads more to the private collectors so we can hurry up and remove the collapsed spire, giving us our researcher jobs over here. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Civilian industries being built, and then we'll have our administration. And then I think we have no more colonies. Well, except for this one over here. Well, from the original ones from the start of the video, we have no more colonies. Do not own Starbase. That's a shame. What to do with you fellows, eh? I'm really not sure. I think the game's hinting what we should do with those plants. Iron Fist. Owned populations output plus 10%. And this will be on the world, which gives extra minerals. We could make it so they can no longer repopulate, giving them population controls and transfer them to this new colony. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, their forces are regrouping, but even if they all attacked at once, especially with the station now on our side, there's just no chance. Ground forces are getting very close. We will free you of this infestation, O Divine.
Our champions are making planetfall. May the spirits protect them.
And once we have control of this, we'll make a science ship. Sadly, we can't at the moment. Do not control Starbase. And then we can also grab some of these lovely bits of debris, since they are ahead of us in tech.
Champions have secured a heathen planet.
Well, if we status quo now, we don't humiliate them, which is a shame, because that would be hilarious. But we do grab everything we've already got, including that world. So I want to get that done as soon as possible. So yes, please. We have split their empire in half. Lovely. Okay, let's grab a new scientist. All the others are currently being used. And now we need to decide what we're going to do with you fellows in this world. What to do, what to do. So, first of all, the Hollow Theatre is now going to be a temple. Well, I actually don't know if I'm going to leave this many people on the planet. Yeah, I'm going to call the episode here, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these fellows. Really, the options are how cruel we're going to be. We could leave it as it is currently. Residents, they won't be leaders, but everything else, they are pretty much part of our empire. We could give them full citizenship, hoping that over time they will be converted to our way of thinking, especially with the temples on every single planet exerting pressure to turn them into spiritualists. They will eventually lose their current materialist, silly ideals and fall in line with the rest of us. We could destroy them. This would either mean sending them to other planets, so expelling them over time, working them until they are no more, maybe undoing the damage they have dealt, giving us loads of food and minerals in the process, or we can just own them. They would make really good basic workers. Now, we're never going to supply them with food, so they're going to grow slowly anyway, and we don't really care about their happiness, especially if they're owned. But we could also just completely turn off their ability to breed. We could also make it so they can't travel to other planets, which of course isn't an issue with these two being owned or undesirable. But with the other two, that would be something to consider. So lots of options there. Tell me what you think in the comments below, because I'm not certain. I'm kind of going between all of them. I'm perfectly happy with all options. I think all of them fit. Convert them into new converts. Leave it as they are currently, seen as a second class in terms of our society, but ultimately free to do what they want, really, just can't be leaders. But it's less important politically, since we don't believe in their ideals. Own them, or destroy them. Some options are far kinder than others. So with that, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. Today has been a very successful one indeed. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next episode, we'll likely be eradicating this foul empire, taking over its archaeological sites, and hopefully, its homeworld. Thank you so much for watching. And goodbye.